Lay something else. You got. You gotta lay down. Close my door.
Take a break inside your head to get a hold of yourself. But it's over now. I was missing everything and I forgot I felt. So many days I found, many questions I have I can't answer myself. And I just don't know how to make it right. Instead I live with things I never would tell. Never tell. All the good and bad things quickly pass me by. I don't know what I miss till I open my eyes. And I can see it all. I can feel it all again. Hope I don't lose control. And repeat this all again.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Both Ends of the Table. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in. We have the AFC and NFC matchups this weekend. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Is it Matthew Stafford and the Rams, or is it Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks? On the AFC side, is it Drake May and the New England Patriots, or is it Jared Stidham and the Denver Broncos? It's Friday, January 23rd, 2026, and you are now rocking with the Bet Boys, baby. We're live on YouTube and TikTok, so jump in the conversation anytime. I am your host, Stevie J. To my right, my guy, my co-host, and the balance of this show, the voice of reason, Cisco. And with that said, everybody, welcome to the show.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
How are you doing, my man?
Man, doing fantastic. You know, just getting ready for this cold front we're about to get. So, prepping for that a little bit and see where that takes us.
Yeah, this weather fixing to get crazy, man. So, chat, obviously last show we talked about me and Cisco potentially doing the show up in Detroit, and obviously those plans got way canceled as there was no way that we were going to be able to fly out of there. It was just going to be absolutely impossible. There's no way we're going to be able to fly up there and survive negative 30-degree temperatures. And us little Texans us Texans, man, we don't do so well with the cold. So
I mean, especially like that.
Yeah, dude, we would have been miserable. It would have been just
I can't even
it would have
imagine.
been god awful. It would have been god awful. That's for sure.
They're like, no thanks.
Yeah, essentially.
No thanks.
So,
But
yep.
no, man. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Enjoyed my Friday. Woke up feeling good. And I didn't make myself breakfast this morning, which is kind of strange. Normally I'll mix something up a little bit or whatever, but no, man, just did my work, got through with work, started cleaning up the house. Of course, the kids, right? So the kids were off of school. And these knuckleheads thought that it was like a literal day off. And I was like, no, sir. Y'all motherfuckers are gonna clean up y'all's room. Y'all gonna clean up y'all's restroom. Y'all gonna wash y'all's clothes. Because normally I do that shit. And this week I was like, nope, y'all are home on Friday. Boy, y'all getting to work. I ain't doing this by myself. I ain't doing it by myself.
That reminds you, you can do some chores right here. You're going to organize my CDs. And since you want to be such a smart ass, you can do my homework.
Yeah, dude. I was like, bro, you should have seen their jaws too. They were just like, Are you serious? I'm like, yeah. They're like, Dad, I can't go ride my bike. I was like, hell no. First off, it's wet outside. So I'm not gonna have you go ride a bike when it's all wet. You're gonna get all dirty. Your shirt's gonna get all dirty.
And then they get inside dirty.
Then you're gonna bring all that shit inside. And I was like, no, dude. I was like, bro, I do this all the freaking time. Every week I do this. You are gonna sit right here and you are gonna do your clothes. Oh, Dad, but that's messed up, Dad. Sorry, buddy. That's life. You know what I mean? That's life, brother.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Stefan, what's up, my man? What's up, Steph? I don't know how far back the. Oh, that was pretty fast. Damn.
What do you want, TikTok?
TikTok. Yeah, TikTok Live's pretty cool, man.
I
Hey,
didn't see
dude,
you live on TikTok.
shout out Perryman, bro.
Hmm?
Promoted AVP. Damn.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy, brother.
Same phone.
Yeah. I had to give
Oh,
that old boy a text message, man. I was like, oh shoot, dude, congratulations, man. Well deserved.
crazy. Hasn't
Yeah.
been long either, right?
No, not really. I mean, I think he's been in his position now for I think like 6 years, 7 years, something
Hey,
like
that's
that.
fast. That's fast.
Very fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fast.
So um anyways, yeah, man. So on to bigger and better things, man.
Where here still, or is it like somewhere across the
No,
country?
he's going somewhere where you can do a little gambling.
Hmm,
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. All right. I thought about texting when I texted, I was like, all right, dog, I need your address whenever you get up there though. So I got a place to crash whenever I go up there.
That's
Sounds like,
cool.
dude. But
That's
yeah,
really
man.
cool.
So I thought that was badass, man. So hey,
Yeah,
at least good things are happening to somebody, right?
yeah.
So
Shoot, I
yeah,
mean, that
gonna be a
fast, like
Raider. Yep.
it's not it's unheard of.
He's gonna be sitting in the owner's suite with Tom Brady. Yes, sir.
With
But
Fernando
anyways,
Mendoza.
dude. Yeah, with Fernando Mendoza. That's right. That's right. But hey, so we came to talk some football, dog. We came to talk some football. Right. So hey, actually, while we're on this football topic, shout out Stefan, who's on the chat right now. Right. He joined fantasy football for the first time this year. I convinced him to
Nice.
join our league. We needed a 10th player in my family, on my family league. We needed a 10th player. So I was like, hey, dude, you want to join? He's like, I've never played. I was like, oh, dude, it's fun. Like, you'll have a blast. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
sure. Tell me why this motherfucker won the whole thing, bro. Won the whole thing, son. I was like, oh shit.
You know, I'm gonna play again. I'll play again.
He's like, I'm playing next year too. I'm playing next year too. It's like, yeah, that's how we all get trapped. We all win the first year and then we go on a 10-year slump.
Yep. That's how it works.
Stefan's all totally fucking winged it. Yep. Dude.
Hey,
Hey man, but it was awesome, man. He came in, dude, and he came out. I think he started off hot like 11 or what was it, like 9-0, 9-0, 10-0 before he lost his first game. And it just destroyed everyone in the playoffs. Championship game won. So it was like, damn.
yeah, ring it
He's
again
like, oh
next
yeah.
year.
So he's like, hey, how many wins have you ever gotten on this thing? I was like, shit, I don't know, like 12 or something. He's like, all right, I'm going for 12 wins. I'm going for 13 then. I was like, all right, dude. Not if I can help it, bro. And then I go up against him, and I was one of the higher scoring teams on our league. And tell me why that day just everyone took a day off. It was like Lamar
That was one
Jackson
of
took a day
those.
off. My running back took a night off. Jonathan Taylor decided he forgot how to rush. DK Metcalf forgot how to catch. And so yeah.
That's yeah. Hate when that happens.
Yeah. It says your live is not eligible for recommendations. Okay. I wasn't looking for your recommendation. Yep, Stefan. He switched out Drake May for Trevor Lawrence at the time, and Trevor Lawrence was obviously going off, and so
It worked
yeah,
out.
dude. He
Mhm.
mhm.
Nice.
And shout out Destiny. Who's Destiny? Do we know Destiny?
My sister, maybe.
All right. She sent us a heart. What's up? We appreciate the hearts, Destiny. We appreciate the hearts. Any hearts and mustaches and cowboy hats and anything else that people want to throw on our faces while we're live. It's all good. We're just having fun with it. But anyways, man, getting back to the AFC and NFC matchups, Steph, why don't you go ahead and drop us who you got for these NFC and AFC matchups, man? And Cisco, why don't you go ahead and enlighten us on who you got?
Well, and before we get started, just to let chat know wherever your platforms are, we're live on TikTok now, and also YouTube. I don't know if you're still going live on Twitch too, but for sure
On Twitch
TikTok
as
and
well.
so there you go, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So
And
if
Riverside.
and Riverside. So so if
We're
you're having
trying
any
to
problem with
increase some
one,
viewership, brother. We're trying to increase
yeah,
some viewership, man. So Steph, when you get a minute, man, please go check us out on YouTube, man. Both ends of the table. Please subscribe to us, man. We really appreciate it. As many
yeah,
subscribers as we can get. That's the best way to support us.
yep, many subscribers, but we definitely appreciate the interaction between y'all. So wherever y'all feel most comfortable, definitely hit us up and continue to watch us. But
Absolutely.
um on our predictions, I think I got my theory, right? You got MVP candidates on opposite sides, right? With Matthew Stafford in the NFC and Drake May in the AFC.
Hmm.
So what a story it could be to have them face off in the Super Bowl, right? Got MVP candidate. Let's go shoot out. See who really won it, right? And obviously we're gonna find out who wins it before the Super Bowl, but then they'll fight against each other then.
Okay.
And also right with the whole. I mean, you're hearing a lot more comparisons with Drake May and Tom Brady, right? Like, oh, Drake May beat the completion record, and Tom Brady was there, right, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's first ring was with against the Rams.
Right.
So you got Drake May, who's never won a Super Bowl, right? Going up against the Rams in the Super Bowl. So the stories would be like, can Drake May win a ring against the Rams like Tom Brady did his very first time?
So you're talking about kind of like the storyline essentially repeating
Storyline.
itself with
Yes.
okay, I see where you're going with that.
Storyline repeating itself to compare Tom Brady and Drake May, right?
Like traveling
So
parallel in time, kind of like the whole Patrick Mahomes thing,
yes.
tearing his ACL in season 9,
Right.
and
Right.
Tom Brady tearing his ACL in season 9 or whatever it was,
Right.
and
And they
how
both have
much
three rings.
how much
Yeah.
aligned their careers have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Stefan's got the Patriots over the Broncos. I think that's a given right there. But the only chance that the Broncos really have is through the coach. I mean, the coach has to
Yeah.
be some sort of,
That's the
Sean
only way.
Payton's got to draw up some crazy ass like offensive scheme where it's just like, holy smokes, coming out of the
Yeah.
woodworks. I mean, busting something out that people have never seen before, something that would throw off, the likes of Rabel, which I mean, I don't see that happening, unfortunately. And it kind of sucks, really, if you think about it, because it's like, dude, it would have been a really good matchup.
It would have.
Both quarterbacks in year two, right? Both going to the AFC Championship game with the Super Bowl on the line. And these are two of the hottest youngest stars that are up and coming, for years to come. And it's like, all right, this would have been a great matchup. But, you know, it is what it is. As
It
far as
is.
the Seahawks and the Rams, it's like, dude, like my gut is telling me that the Rams are going to take it just because Darnold, there's so many question marks with Darnold. It's hard to put your confidence and trust in him.
Right.
But on the flip side to it, it's like you always love that story, right? Like, think about waking up the next day and you're like, bro, Sam freaking Darnold, dog, is going to the Super Bowl. Imagine waking up Monday morning saying that, and you're like, holy shit.
Well,
This dude literally went from the Jets organization who was seeing ghosts, couldn't figure it out, struggled offensively, throwing interceptions to anybody who wanted him, then gets pushed out for Zach Wilson. He goes on to Carolina, struggles in Carolina, and then is forgotten about, right? Becomes a backup quarterback for Brock Purdy and the 49ers. No one even really knew he was the backup quarterback up until Brock Purdy got hurt, like late in the season. He had to come in and finish the game for him. And but then he actually looked pretty good. You know, and a lot of people forget that he was with the 49ers for a year. But he looked really good in the couple of games that he stood in for Brock Purdy. And I think ultimately that kind of helped him. Obviously, learning under Kyle Shanahan was a big deal. And then, you know, in that offseason, he bet on himself to go out to the Vikings. Goes out to the Vikings, bets on himself, and ends up leading them on a 14-win season. To then
14.
the Vikings, you know, because obviously it tailed off pretty bad at the end, right? You get bounced out of the first round, you lose the last two of the season. You know, the last game of the season was for the number one seed. You go down like that. And so it's like, okay, they drafted JJ McCarthy. Obviously, they don't know what's going on with him. He hurts himself. So Darnold stepped in. So it's like, okay, what do we do? So for them to let Darnold walk and then for him to go to Seattle, bet on himself again, Seattle says, screw it, we're signing you. 3 years, what was it? 3 years,
3
nine? No,
years.
3 years and $100+ million,
I'm sure
120
it was 100
probably. I
months.
think it was
Yeah.
3 years, 120. All right, Steph, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you coming in, man. Um, but yeah, so it's like, dude, just what a story it would be for Darnold to make it to the Super Bowl, and how dumb would that actually make Minnesota?
Well, I mean, we said this last episode, right? We The question was, what does Darnold need to do to win, right? And we pretty much said like to not lose it, right? To play average, to not turn over the ball because they have such a
Well,
good
yeah,
defense,
that.
right? So
Yeah.
would we say the same thing if that does happen? If he does play average,
Like if he plays average, will we say the same? Like, will we give him his
like
flowers?
right?
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if he can play average, right? If he can be average, and by average we mean if Sam Darnold can control the football, meaning don't throw interceptions.
Right?
Okay,
Don't turn over the ball.
just don't turn over the ball. Right, no fumbles, no sacks, or at least limit the amount of sacks.
Right.
You know what I mean? And no picks. Right, just don't turn the ball. Rely on your offense. Let the game come to you. If he can just do that, it's only going to be 3 or 4 plays that is truly going to actually like they're going to have to ask him like, hey, we need you to go out and make a play. It's going to be crucial
Yeah.
third down situations, something of that nature, right? Like we got to advance the ball, got to drain the clock type of thing. Or if it's like, you know, at the end, winding down the first half, say they're running a 2-minute drill, it's like, hey, we need you to go out there and go do what you do. And so yeah, what do you call it? If he can do that, I think he'll be able to do those 3 or 4 plays that they're going to ask him. You know, but at the end of the day, it's like I said, Rams should win this game, and you could go either way. Like either way you
You
go,
can.
it's an awesome story, right?
Well, because
Stafford
go
getting
ahead, go
his
ahead.
second Super Bowl appearance, Sam Darnold making his first appearance after being let go by so many different teams and slept on and all this. Mike McDonald, right? Kind of announcing to the league, like, hey, I'm here, brother.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
gonna be a big statement right there that Mike McDonald's gonna make too if they go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, and me and you were talking about it, that stat we saw from Adam Schefter, where over the last 2 seasons, there's only uh, they're split in their meetings, right? They're 2-2, right? There's a 2 point difference between the two, and there's a 10 yard difference between the two.
Yeah, and total
So
yardages. Yep.
total yardage, 10,
Total
10,
yardage
10
and
yards.
total points. 2 points and
Total
10
points, total
yards.
yardage, 2 points and
Mm-hmm.
10 yards, and they're split in their meetings, 2-2. Yeah, so
Brother,
it's
you are blurry as a mug. Maybe it's just my screen though. You
oh
look pretty
yeah.
good. You look okay. But you're super
On
blurry.
on TikTok, I'm blurry.
Hey, so Druko, I'm not gonna say it right on purpose. Druko says it's the Sean's versus the Mikes. Who you got? I like that. Sean McVay, Sean Payton, Mike McDonald, Mike
Yeah.
Vrabel. That's pretty cool. No one saw that coming either, huh?
Yeah. The Shans versus the Mikes. Yep.
Yep.
Or it could be the Shans versus the Shans and the Mikes versus the Mikes.
It could go either way. It could go either way. You're getting Sean versus Sean versus Mike, no matter what, this weekend.
Yeah, Sean, Mike, Sean, Mike, Sean.
Hey, did you see that Phillip Rivers getting interviewed for the Buffalo Bills head coaching
Dude,
position?
that came out of left field bad.
Well, first off, okay, so did you get a chance to see the owner for the Buffalo Bills? Did you see what he was? We came out and did that press conference to support Brandon Bean. Did you get a chance to see
Oh,
that?
with the whole Coleman deal.
Well, that was part of it, but also why he fired Sean McDermott and all that too.
Well, that the only part I heard was the Coleman, and I think we're kind of talking about the whole deal on the firing. But if you want to
Like
go to that
how?
chat now,
No, yeah, I mean, well, I mean, chat. I'm sure everybody saw it by now. I mean, dude, it's
you
gone
never know,
viral.
dog. You
No,
never
it's
know.
it's gone viral at this point. But how, as an owner, how dumb could you make yourself look? How much dumber could you have made yourself look for you to sit there and support Brandon Bean and all this? He didn't capitalize on the trade deadline, and then now you want to sit there and point the finger at someone else for drafting Keon Coleman. And it's like, dude, I'm sorry, if I'm Keon Coleman, I want out. Like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah, after saying something like that, it makes it seem like he doesn't want him. Like the owner of the Bills doesn't want Coleman there.
Right. And it's almost like as if they're embarrassed by him. Now, granted, I mean, he hasn't shaped out to be what we thought he was going to be. Right. And so a lot of
Right.
people are saying, well, watch him come out and have like this crazy ass season next season. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But at the same time, it's like, dude, like stand on business, bro. If you're the owner of the Bills,
Yeah.
stand on business. He kept interrupting Brandon Bean because the reporters were asking Brandon Bean the question, and essentially, trying to get him to admit the blame for the way that the
Right.
season's gone and all that jazz. And every time he would try to get off an answer, the owner would kind of you mind if I take this? You mind if I take this? And it's like, bro, let the man talk. Why are you trying to sit
Yeah.
there and defend? But it's because he knows that he should have fired Brandon Bean. Brandon Bean
Yep.
should have been the one that was gone, not Sean McDermott, dude. And
Yeah.
I don't know how true this is, but supposedly, maybe it's just a rumor, maybe it's just the internet going crazy. But supposedly, the Bills Mafia started a petition to reinstate Sean McDermott as the head coach, and that apparently there's already over 40,000 signatures that have signed that petition to get Sean McDermott reinstated as the head coach of the Buffalo Bills.
It should have been hire McDermott and fire Bean.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been my stipulation for sure. Get rid of Brandon Bean because this guy. I mean, you pointed out yourself, bro. He's only drafted two Pro Bowlers
Pro
since he's been
Bowls.
there as the GM, and what else, right? And then now you're gonna sit there and pull that stunt where ownership's blaming the coaches for picking Keon Coleman. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Stand on business, bro. There's been a lot of owners that have been speaking out lately,
Yeah.
right?
There
That they've been
has.
making like
The
this,
Ravens.
I never knew who the Buffalo Bills owner was. I never seen his face before.
I mean, to be fair, I've never seen most of these owners, but to come out and see them talk like that, it's like, wow, like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, but hey, the Ravens got themselves a real one, dog. Our boy Steve
Yeah.
don't play around.
Dude. He's
And
just
speaking
like
of the
straight to
Ravens,
it.
they picked up Jesse Minter as their head coach. So shout out to the Ravens, man. Shout out to Jesse Minter.
Didn't he start in Baltimore?
Don't ask me,
Like as
brother.
a
I don't
backs
follow him.
coach or something like that?
I don't
I
follow
don't
him.
follow him either.
Yeah.
I just
I only knew of
saw
him
something.
whenever he loop. Give me the loop. That boy's trying to secretly hide and get on. He needs to hurry up and quit playing around and he needs to jump on already. But anyways, yeah, I don't know where I don't necessarily know like how his career fully started, but yeah, man. How you think he's gonna do? Dennis.
I think he'll be a good fit for the Ravens. I mean, because on the Chargers, they were definitely doing well on defense. They were what, at least top 10, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason, and I never really paid close attention to him, but it just seems like it's a good fit. I don't know, like I see him in that purple and black for some reason. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, now here's another thing, right? So here's another little conspiracy or little rumor that's getting tossed up around the internet, right? Is that, we talked about the Raiders potentially trading their number one overall pick. Who's this person here? Sheth 210. Sheth 210
Oh,
says
that's my brother.
Mendoza Raider jerseys is going to go triple platinum in the Latino community. Well, there's rumors going around, and obviously this was a big conversation with analysts and everything across the sports world on whether or not the Raiders should trade their first overall pick, which originally I was on the wagon of trade the pick, get a haul of picks for that number one overall because you need more than just a quarterback. But then after watching Fernando Mendoza kind of do what he did, it's like, okay, yeah, no, you know what? You got no choice. You're going to have to draft him now. You'd be retarded not to. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have
Right.
said that TikTok. I apologize. But you shouldn't, there's no way that you can pass up on drafting Fernando Mendoza. But now there's these rumors surfacing that the Raiders could potentially trade their number one overall pick for Lamar Jackson. And I don't know if you've seen that going viral kind of around online, but what if that was to happen, what would be your reaction to that?
Oh, that's a move right there to do that. That's definitely a move. I mean, but I think that'll be more on the Ravens if they want to start with a new quarterback to develop the new quarterback when they have, I could say, established quarterback on their team already. So it's like, do they want to start over? But I mean, if they definitely pull it off, that's definitely a big move to do that. Um, I mean, but personally, I don't think they'll do that. I think that's too much. I mean, for a first overall pick for Lamar Jackson, I think he's probably worth more than that.
Well, and I mean that's just who knows whatever else they would trade
For
for it
sure.
though. You know what I mean? Because
For
obviously,
sure.
I'm sure that the Raiders would get a lot
Crosby.
more. Yeah, I'm sure. But
That'd be crazy.
if you think about it, it kind of makes a little bit of sense, right? Because if you, I mean, obviously, we're hypothetically speaking at the moment, right? If Lamar Jackson was a better pocket passer, do you think that the Ravens would be better off? or do you think they would
No.
be worse off? Do you think that they rely heavily? Because you think about it, he hasn't rushed. He didn't rush the ball nowhere near as many times as what he normally does. So do you think the
Right.
Ravens offense would fare better with a pocket passer as opposed to a dual threat quarterback? I mean, that's the question that's the rhetorical question that kind of has to be asked, and everyone kind of chimes in with their own, because I could see it going both ways, right? Some people might see it that no, well, they benefit heavily off of his ability to be able to escape the pocket. Someone else might say no, well, actually, if you have a better pocket presence, right? Because he does have time, it's just he escapes way too early. He does have
Yeah.
time. If you have somebody that's willing to stay in that pocket to make that throw, they actually would be a lot better off. So I don't know. To that you say what?
Well, I think they definitely do rely heavy on his threat on running the ball too. I mean, what I think they could probably work on him with is probably stay in the pocket a little longer. Let the play develop, and then
Hmm.
escape the pocket. You know, instead of just as soon as you get it, you don't see nothing, and then boom, you take off. Right, but when he does play like that, they're one of the top teams in the league.
Hmm.
Right, he wins MVPs like that, right? So I think they do rely on that, but I just think he needs to be better coached on. Hey, let's let the play develop a little bit longer, right? And then do your stuff. But I think for the Ravens, it's better for them to have that threat of a quarterback like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then now the question too becomes is who's going to be the offensive coordinator, right? I know Todd Munkin was going out looking for head coaching jobs. I doubt that he's going to get a head coaching job just with the way that everything panned out this season with the Ravens, but which leads me to believe that he's probably going to wind up with the Giants. You know, if he can't get a head coaching job, one would have to assume that he's going to go sign with Harbaugh or go coach with Harbaugh again in New York, which is going to pair him up with a guy like Jackson Dart, who actually might be better off for a guy like Todd Munkin with his
Yeah,
style of play calling. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, because I think Jackson relies too much on his run ability than his passing ability, and I
Yeah,
think
but
it's
at the same time though, right? Scattaboo is a running back that can also be much like Christian McCaffrey can be a receiving back as well,
yeah,
right? So that would actually play into his role, because if you look at Derrick Henry is not much of a guy that's going to sit there and catch passes and then
yeah.
go
He's gonna
take
run.
off. Like, he wants to
Yeah,
run.
no,
He wants to get handed the
yeah,
ball off and he just wants to mow people over. And so I think it actually kind of plays it more into Todd Munkin's favor and Jackson Dart's favor if they kind of pair them up together.
yeah.
I think that would be a pretty good little matchup, or I guess pairing, if you will.
Yeah. No, I mean,
So
and and I think some reports came out and said that John Harbaugh is pursuing Todd Monken to be the OC.
mm, interesting. Yep.
Yeah, definitely interesting for sure. But man, the whole coaching thing, because there were 10 head coaching positions open, five of them are taken. We still got five open. So I mean, I know we're talking about the Raiders. Who's gonna take over the Raiders?
Yeah, I mean that's obviously the biggest question there. We don't know who. I mean, they've interviewed all sorts of different people, and so I don't know that it's necessarily nobody wants the job. I think there's a lot of people out there that want the job. It's just I think that the Raiders are really trying to make sure that they nail this guy. Like, whoever they pick and choose, I think that they're truly trying to like look at every single nook and cranny and every single detail to make sure that they get the absolute right guy. Because again, you're second. You have the second most head coaches since 2009 behind the Browns,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
so that's obviously something that they struggled with. Now, obviously, when they had Gruden, I don't think they ever had any sort of plans to ever get rid of that guy. And I think had Gruden stayed, he probably would have been able to develop a playoff team for sure. but we all kind of know how that went down. And so
Yeah.
I think that kind of threw them off the rails there for a little bit because that all happened unexpectedly. And then not to mention the whole Henry Riggs
Yeah.
issue with the hit and run or whatever it was. And then what else happened? It was the whole Derek Carr situation, Antonio Brown walking out before he ever even played a snap. So there's a lot of different things that went on that just kind of completely derailed, you know, the Raiders' game plan of whatever hopes that they had for the future. It just completely got thrown out the window the moment all that stuff went down. And to think it all went down the same season, the same off season, literally. Your star wide
Shambles.
receiver gets arrested and goes to jail for God knows how many years. I think he's out now, right? Henry Ruggs, I think he's out now.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I want to
Not
say
sure.
he's out, but I'm not too sure. Can't say for sure. But that went down. Antonio Brown, we all know how that went down. John Gruden, I mean, he had to sue the NFL, brother. So
Well, I mean, and honestly, I think just seeing who would be a good fit. I just kind of want to get your opinion on who you think is a good fit for the Raiders, because I think I know who I would think is a good fit, but I just want to get your opinion on that first.
of who I think would be a good fit,
Yeah.
well, that's a tough question to ask, man, or tough question to answer because honestly, like I don't know who would be the right fit because I feel like with the Vegas Raiders, it's like not so much with Vegas as far as the brand goes for Vegas, but the Raider brand itself. Going back to its Oakland days. I mean, when you think of the Raiders, bro, you think someone who's tough and just nasty and grimy and dirty. And it's like John Gruden embodied that whole entire image of the Raiders. I mean, the dude was ruthless, right? Ruthless aggression is kind of like the best way to describe, you know, how he coached the team and his personality. And then that
Yeah.
personality from the head coach then transitions down to the players, which then transitions out to the crowd. The crowd's always been there. The crowd's always had that sort of aggression. But there's
Yeah.
just been some kind of turmoil going on with trying to find the right quarterback, trying to find the right players, the right coaches, and it's like, what do you do, man? Yeah, hey, and look, here's
Yeah. I
another,
mean, that's
they also traded Khalil Mack, and then losing Josh Jacobs, that was another thing too. So there's been a lot of stuff that's happened. Don't even get me started with the
yeah.
signing of Geno because that was terrible. That was terrible. Oh, old Pete was trying to bring his boy, you know? He's like,
Yeah.
man, he's like, come on over here with me, Gino. Come do what you did over there. And in theory, up here, it worked out. Up here, everything was working.
Yeah.
Up here, they were going to the Super Bowl. But what actually happened? No, sir.
180.
He was throwing touchdowns, but to the other teams.
Yep. The other teams.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean, in my opinion, I think a good fit for them, and then a good fit for the Raiders. And I know you were kind of talking about John Gruden, that aggression and whatnot. I think this person will embrace that. I mean, because he doesn't seem like he has like that level, but I think he'll definitely embrace it. But I think he could help the offense a lot, especially getting this if they stay with the first overall pick.
Right.
Getting Fernando Mendoza, I think he's good at developing a young offense, right? You got Brock Bowers going to his third year, Jensen going to his second year, and you have your first year quarterback. Thinking Joe Brady. Joe Brady, I think, could develop those guys and run a good good scheme with them. Obviously, it's not going to be the first season go around, because they're still going to have some other pieces to fill. But I think Joe Brady can embrace that aggression too, right? He doesn't have that level, but I think he can get there, especially when he develops this young offense to the potential that they can be. And
Yeah.
then that'll start coming along too. And the whole team will feed off that.
So Joe Brady. What about Cliff Kingsbury? I'm just kind of curious, right? He's
Well,
obviously
and
recognized as like a quarterback guru guy, someone who can develop quarterbacks really well, has very good relationships with them. What about Cliff Kingsbury? What do you think? How do you think he would fare in something like that? Do you even think that he would be given the opportunity?
I think he'll definitely be given an opportunity, but I don't see him hold like because I think we've talked about it before, right? There's some coaches that need to stay like in their lane and not go to the next level, right? They're better
Yeah, yeah.
at
Like they need to stay
assistant coach than at
coordinators.
right.
Yeah, like
I
Steve
think he's one
Spagnuolo.
of those guys.
That boy got smart. That boy got smart and said, "Screw
Yeah,
this. I'm not going to go get a head
yeah,
coaching job. Why am I going to do that? I got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I'm not leaving this team for head
yeah,
coaching position because I'll never win another Super Bowl if I do. So I'm just going to stay
yeah.
right
I
here.
gotta
This is
clip.
what I do best."
I gotta clip that right there. You said you got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I know we were talking about that the other day.
Right. Hey,
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip
that's
that
fine.
because you're trying to argue
That,
with me the other day.
no, I'm just trying to say, like, I'm just sitting there saying that they make it out to seem like this guy's immortal. And I think we can all agree on that. That they were making out Patrick Mahomes to be like he's some immortal guy, and the reality was is that he didn't play so well this season. Never mind the injury. Obviously, we know what happened there. But if you look at his stats overall for the season, and if you go back and watch some of the film, it's like he was just tossing some balls up in the air for no reason. He was running around for no reason, trying to extend plays when he didn't have to, and it lost him some games. And I think that oftentimes more than not, he's typically bailed out. Number one by the defense, because the defense for so long for Kansas City has just been so stout. So he's been getting bailed out a lot of times for that. But then on top of that, he's had Kelsey by his side the entire time. But now that kind of seems like Kelsey's kind of, lost a step in his game. Right. And I think that with that loss of talent there, it's kind of affecting where, how Mahomes is playing too. So who knows? I mean, maybe that has a lot to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because we even talked about it, right? All these great quarterbacks have a great receiver or tight end that they always go to, right? And most of the time, if you don't, then you're not up there talked about. So that I mean that definitely has an effect on their gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're talking about, I was talking about Cliff Kingsbury, right? So it's just I like how we went off total
We went off
total
script.
different direction.
Yeah.
Total different
Well,
direction.
well, Chef
But
wants Mike McDaniels, which I mean, you're not going to get Mike McDaniels because he's the offensive coordinator now for the Chargers, which we kind of talked about that last show, right? That what a match made in heaven for the Chargers because you got Mike McDaniels. You don't understand a word that he says sometimes, right? And then you also
Jim
have
Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, and sometimes that dude don't make no sense. It has you kind of what did that guy just say? I mean, the dude has a way of saying
Yeah.
a whole lot of stuff, but also saying absolutely nothing at the same time. Like it blows my
Nothing.
mind how people could do that.
Well, I wanted to ask you because obviously we know McDaniel's going to be the OC for the Chargers, but I saw multiple reports that he was interviewing for the Bills for the head coaching job. So are they still letting
I
him
trade my
explore options?
I trade my family to have Pat on my team. That's hilarious, bro. He said, "Go on, brother. Go on, sister. I don't need you right now. I need
God,
Pat." We want Pat. We want Pat. That's what they're saying, dude.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
That's funny. But
But yeah, so
how does that work?
how does
I don't know
what
if you
work?
heard the question I had. So, because we obviously know McDaniels was going to be the OC for the Chargers, but I saw multiple reports that he was interviewed for the Bills head coaching job. So, are they still letting him like explore options?
Mike McDaniel?
Mike McDaniel,
No, I mean, so once you sign, you sign. That's it.
because he was interviewed for the Bills head coaching job.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, so the way that the whole organization works is that you have to actually give off X amount of interviews. So you can't just interview one guy and then pick that guy and then go, right? So you have to schedule a certain number amount of interviews, and then on top of you scheduling those certain amount of interviews for each head coaching position, there's also stipulation in there where you have to schedule so many interviews with minorities. So whether it be someone of color, whether it be an Asian person or a Hispanic person or something of that nature, they have to. That's part of the whole Rooney Rule. So they have to schedule X amount of interviews. So yeah, he was interviewing for head coaching positions. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't take those? Right? But the teams put in those requests. The agents get back with their client, tell them, hey, right, the Browns want to interview, whatever. Okay, cool. I'll go interview with the Browns. Doesn't necessarily mean the Browns want to hire him, or any team for that matter. Could be Buffalo, could be anybody else. They might have a guy that they kind of in their head already know who they're going to get. It's just that they have to check off the box to make sure that they go through every single one as the league says. Does that make sense?
I gotcha.
Does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I,
does.
I don't think I don't think any team was ever going to pick Mike McDaniel as their head coach. To be quite honest with you, I think that we all, not only do the teams see it, like the NFL teams, the owners and GMs and whatnot, but even us as the people, I think that we see it too, right? Is that he's a great offensive mind, but he does not know how to lead people, which in the NFL is a really big thing. It's very, very important that you understand how to lead people because I mean these are full grown men that are just pumped up and raging and everything. I mean, they got mouths to feed themselves, right? So they got to look out for themselves. Um, and yeah, you don't know how to lead those guys, man. You're gonna struggle heavily. So I think that's the
Yeah.
big thing there, you know. And when you're not making a whole lot of sense when you're talking, it's kind of hard to demand attention to the room when no one understands what you're saying half the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. It's like,
That
why would
that
we want to
obviously
if we don't even know what you're saying?
yeah, that obviously plays a big role um into everything, right? Into everything that they decide. And like I said, I think that he probably gotten numerous of offensive coordinator interviews for sure. For him, it was just a matter, and reports came out that it was that the two main targets was, or I'm sorry, the three main targets was the Chargers, obviously, who picked him up, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Detroit Lions. Those were the first three teams that immediately put in requests for interviews with him. Um, with Philly, it's like you got to make that decision, right? Philly's a tough environment to play in, right? Though that's a tough crowd,
Twice.
and if you're not playing, if you're not living up to expectations, man, the crowd's going to let you know, and they're going to let you know during the game. They're not going to
Well,
wait
I
till
mean,
afterwards.
yeah, and like it's kind of hard to take a job like that because they're gonna expect the expectations right then and there. They can't wait a year and a half, whatever. It's like you get the job, okay, deliver. So I think that's
Yeah.
why that one's probably the most difficult job to take, especially with all the egging and all that stuff too. but but yeah, those expectations are like to deliver right now. Can't wait.
Yep.
But
And then
yeah,
so the second team with Detroit, it's like I could have totally have seen Mike McDaniel's full on having an awesome season with the Detroit Lions, just given all of their weapons. David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Isaac Tesla. You still have um, Jamison Williams, and then forgive me, I'm forgetting the other tight end. I mean, just you have it's an
Porta Potty.
unlimited amount of Sam Laporta. Yeah, I mean, there's just an unlimited amount of weapons that he would have had, and then with his scheme, the way that he draws everything. I mean, dude, it would have been a match made in heaven as well. I just don't think that Dan Campbell is that doesn't represent him and his person. That's not a reflection of his personality. And that was one of the biggest things that Dan Campbell said, that he was going to be focused on as his, with his tenure as a coach for the Detroit Lions is that making sure that not only the players are a reflection of themselves, but also the coaches too. That he wants to make sure that the coaches are also a reflection of him, that have the same mentality, the same attitude, same personality, everything from down to the core. And I think you and I can both admit, and I'm pretty sure everyone watching at home can all admit, that Dan Campbell and Mike McDaniel are two way opposite of personalities from each other.
Polar opposites. Yeah.
Total
Definitely
opposites,
polar
right?
opposites.
Dan is like smash mouth, get in your face, bite some kneecaps, as he said in his press conference, right? I'm gonna bite some kneecaps on the way up, and before long, we're gonna be the last one standing.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? And Mike McDaniel, like, he wants to go up and shake your hand, pat you on the back, make sure you're doing okay type of personality. You know what I mean? When your dog died or something.
When your dog died. That's funny.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have worked out. At the end of the day, it wouldn't have worked out.
Yeah. Nah, I could definitely see them not working out. But nah, man, I mean, but these games are it's gonna be interesting to see, because first you got the Patriots and Broncos at what, 2? If I'm not mistaken, 2 o'clock. And then you got
Yep.
the Rams and Seahawks afterwards. And man, to think we have, I think two pretty great games going to be going on, and the snowstorm about to go on, but they got no forecast like that where they're playing. That would have been amazing to see.
Well, even if they were playing in Michigan, though,
been
they have a
amazing.
dome. They have a dome if they're playing in Michigan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Bless.
Bless you. Thank you. Quinnen Williams, you seen his draft day interview or whatever, or his post draft interview?
No.
He was talking to a reporter and he sneezes and he's like, "Achoo, bless you, thank you." And he blesses himself and thanks himself. You never seen that, bro? It's like a viral video that's gone around. It's hilarious. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, like
No, there's
Michigan plays in a closed facility, so I mean the weather wouldn't have impacted it at all. Now in Buffalo, had Buffalo made it, and if they wouldn't have hosted, it would have been back in New England. Had Buffalo beat Denver, they would have had to play in New England. But nonetheless, both stadiums would have been completely covered in snow. It'd have been awesome. Yeah. And then you got
awesome.
So then you got Super Bowl going in Levi Stadium. And what were you talking about the other day about the injuries and whatnot? Because CMC, how CMC was at the Golden State game when what's his name?
He had Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. Talk about that for a second.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, think we all know that Christian McCaffrey has injury problems, right? Achilles and whatnot. But there's this thing going around where he's at the Golden State game, but everywhere he shows up, someone gets hurt, right? So he somehow magically he's at this Golden State game, and guess who tears their ACL? Jimmy Butler. So now he's Christian McCaffrey's had his sacrifice for next year. So now he don't have to worry about getting hurt now. He had a sacrifice with Jimmy Butler.
But do you truly believe that? I mean, come on now. Do you truly believe that?
No,
Oh, I was about to say, dude.
no,
It's like
no.
that's
But
going out
but
on a little bit of a reach there.
but there some people like dove into it, like some other games that he's been to. I think like it was like a hockey game.
Uh-huh.
Some person got injured, and it's all within the same like city, right?
And
So
he was
obviously, Golden
there?
State Warriors, San Francisco 40. He was there. It was like hockey or something like that. Hockey, baseball. I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah,
this guy can't catch a
yeah.
break
So it
then,
wasn't
huh?
just Jimmy Butler. Yeah, wasn't just Jimmy Butler. It was someone else too before. So
Damn. Everywhere this guy goes,
someone
somebody
was
gets
onto
hurt.
something. Yeah, he has to make a sacrifice so that way he don't get hurt.
That is hilarious, bro. Hey, we
Oh
got
man,
one Destiny.
but
I think that's your sister, right?
on TikTok.
Yeah. All right. She sent a rose,
Yeah.
baby. Let's go. Destiny, we love the
Yeah,
roses. We
that's
really
right.
do. They look better around Cisco than they do me. He likes to hold those. He likes to put them right in between his teeth, and you know what I mean? So they
Mm.
definitely look a lot better on
Put one
him
of
than
my
they do
ear.
me. Definitely. Yeah. Brother, if we were in person, I would get on my knee and I would hand you a rose and put it right in your ear just for you.
Ooh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hands down. Yep. Big time. Anyway, yeah. So
That's funny. But
yeah, I don't know, man. It's all coincidence with CMC, but oh yeah,
no,
Destiny.
yeah, that's all just
I take him 4 days out of the week all day long. Destiny. I take him 4 days out of the week. I had him in person twice times this week. I got him once. I got him once on Wednesday, and it was so good. I had him twice the next day.
on Thursday.
And I took him out for lunch.
And he couldn't resist, so he had to see me today on Friday.
Absolutely. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough.
That reminds me of the. Have you seen where they test like the tenderness of like brisket and ribs and stuff, and it like falls apart? They throw everything.
It's all.
Like,
It's all.
Yeah.
Throws the glasses down and everything like that. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Tenderism, dog. Tenderism.
Tenderism. Yep. Dude, that's so funny, dude.
Hey, we need to go to a barbecue joint, dude.
We do, yeah.
We need to go to a barbecue
Go live
joint.
there or
Chat,
what?
does chat any dude, that'd be pretty cool, right? Any chat have any recommendations on some good barbecue joints locally here in San Antonio? I don't know. Let's see.
Barbed wire. I told you.
Who's y'all's favorite barbecue spot right now here locally in town?
Telling you, I got Augie's barbed wire right next to the zoo.
There's also Pinkerton. I mean, you say you didn't like Pinkertons, but I did.
I mean, it could have been that one time.
Hey, your boy wants to know when we're talking basketball. So I don't know if you want to kind of inform him of what's going on here and tell him how we play by the rules.
Play by the rules. No, I mean, so we mainly we started this podcast when about the beginning of football season. So we stuck with football throughout this whole time, and going into the off season, we have some stuff coming up for that, some different stuff, a little bit of a rebranding as well. So we'll announce more as that time comes. It's coming up soon, around the corner. But we definitely have some different topics coming up, but we will definitely let y'all know when that comes and whatnot, so
And
that
we'll
way
we'll get
y'all
into
know what we're
some
talking about.
basketball, right? We'll get into some basketball. We'll do the whole LeBron James and Michael Jordan GOAT debate type talks and whatnot. Of course, we all know who the GOAT really is, but so we won't go there tonight. But you know, not gonna not gonna mention or say any names of who I think the GOAT is, but it kind of rhymes with Schmorden. Just saying,
Morning.
Schmorden.
Mine is like a Kabar. That's mine.
Yeah.
You're like who? You're like who?
Mine was a
So
little
I mean,
easier to
well,
decode, but it
definitely.
took me a minute to figure yours out, but I figured it out, okay? I figured a
I
little
don't,
bit of it out. It's okay.
I don't think you did. I don't think you did. I
It's
don't think you
okay.
did.
It's okay. It's okay.
But no,
But
we'll definitely have
oh hell
those
no.
topics and
Hell no, sir. No, sir.
what is
I'm
happening
sorry,
over here?
man. What happened? What did she say?
She said Cisco's favors LeBron. That's why he's a Lakers fan. Heck, that's why I stopped watching the
Ah!
Lakers.
You're a Lakers fan, bro?
I mean, I was until LeBron got there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
then
can the
once that
the
happened, I was like,
gambling
oh,
the gambling degenerate. Wow. See, like I'll give LeBron
no. But
James I'll give LeBron James some credit here and there on certain things, but in terms of like all-time status, in terms of like greatest of all time, I think in my eyes he's, you could argue that he's 4, maybe even 5. Just because when you take a look at the landscape of what Jordan did, what Kobe did, Tim Duncan, Steph Curry, right? You take all those into consideration. I just rattled off 5 different names with guys who have at least 4 championships or more, which is equivalent to LeBron or more, who all stayed on the same team while getting those championships. They didn't actually have to go out to other teams to go get those championships. Right. And so in my eyes, he's always going to be
yeah,
3 or less or 4 or less or whatever, just because I think that that's one of my main arguments as to why he's never going to be the greatest of all time. That's just, but I don't even know. All right, let's get off of basketball because we could go on and on about that. This is about
I know.
football, baby. This is about football, dog. We're
I
supposed
was
to be
about to
talking
say, I was like,
football.
so.
Hey, so what's the
I
deal?
was like,
What's
so
the
we're gonna
deal
go
with
into
this
basketball.
guy? What's the deal with this guy that I saw talking about? He was like, "Oh, Stafford." Even on ESPN today, they're talking about if Stafford wins his second ring, that he's a surefire Hall of Famer. So that got me just thinking, because we talked about this a couple weeks back. Is he not already a Hall of Famer? Yes or no? If Stafford
Yes,
loses,
he's already a Hall of Famer.
if he loses this Sunday and decides to retire, is he a Hall of Famer or not?
Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. 100% Hall of
Absolutely,
Famer.
100%.
I don't know how I don't know how I don't know how they think that he's not, or if he loses, it would tarnish his legacy. Like what he did is already cemented. Granted, it's
Correct.
a Super Bowl, but you see him play out on that field, you're like, dude, this guy's a Hall of Famer. The way he plays ball, Hall of Famer.
Now, the argument
It's a
that they
given.
were coming, the argument that they were coming across is that because if you take a look at the beginning of his career with the Detroit Lions, obviously, right, it wasn't a very good career. Albeit nobody thought that he was a terrible quarterback. It's just that, outside of a couple of players, they really didn't have much of a team to kind of build on, right? But that could have been, people in the front office. It could have been coaching staff, GMs, whatever, whoever was putting these teams together obviously wasn't doing a very good job. Um, but in my eyes, and I think in a lot of people's eyes, he was already a surefire Hall of Famer. Like he was already a lock. My thing is that by him winning a second Super Bowl, it would cement him being a first ballot. Because I think there is an argument to be made, obviously, because he couldn't do much with the Lions, and he really didn't. Didn't really become that topic of one of the all time greats up until he got to the Rams. That there is an argument to be made that maybe he deserves to be in, but just not a first ballot. Does that make sense? I'm not saying that that's how I feel. I'm saying
Yeah,
that that's
I
an
mean,
argument that people would make.
no, the argument. Yeah, no, I mean, so I knew this guy was going to be a Hall of Famer and first ballot Hall of Famer when his rookie season dislocates his shoulder. He's like, "You still want me to throw the ball? Still throw the ball." Throws a touchdown. Afterwards, he's over there in pain on his shoulder. He's like, "But I just threw a touchdown for the game winner." This guy's just. I think Matthew Stafford's so underrated. Like some people give him his flowers, but for the most part, he's like not talked about up there as far as top quarterbacks ever. I think he's up there in a top conversation with names like, of course, Brady, Rogers, and all that. um, he's definitely up there in those talks because this guy, the way he just plays ball, able to read defense, like, dude, the way he throws that ball, crazy. Like he always throws that on a line. It's insane, insane.
And the no look passes, you could argue that. I mean,
No look, dude.
he was doing those long before everyone was glazing Mahomes about doing those. That was Stafford
Yeah,
1.0 right there all day long. Like, I mean, that dude, I felt like that dude made the no look passes famous. Because then shortly after that, you started seeing Aaron Rodgers kind of do the same thing. And again, this is before Mahomes came into the league. So I feel like it's, Mahomes
yeah,
kind of took a page out of both of their books and was like, all right, hey, I'm a, the awkward throwing arms from Stafford. That's Mahomes right there too. The no look passes, Mahomes and Rodgers were infamous for that. You know what I mean? So a lot of his game comes from those two guys. I feel like, if that makes sense.
yeah,
But back to
yeah.
Stafford, right? Back to
No,
Stafford.
but I mean,
In my eyes, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Seth even also agrees with that too, that he's first ballot. I think that we can all safely say that regardless if he goes to this Super Bowl, I think he's going to be first ballot. It's just that I think that there are going to be some people out there that can make that argument because even with his first Super Bowl run with the Rams, he didn't win MVP. So that's going to be held against him as well.
one.
I think whenever it comes down to him, getting his name on that finalist list, is I think people are going to hold that against him. So it would be important that if he does go to this Super Bowl, that he plays his ass off to make sure that he is the Super Bowl MVP.
He'll win Super Bowl MVP if they go
Again,
for sure.
I feel like Stafford's first ballot regardless. But I'm saying to eliminate doubt from the doubters, you need to go to the Super Bowl, win
Right.
Super Bowl MVP, and walk away. I think that's your best chance and your
Dude,
best what's that?
well, so and then I was going to ask you because I think he has one more year left on his contract. But you think if he goes and wins, he's done?
We talked about this on Monday. I
We
think
did?
I
I don't
think I
remember.
think if he wins, he goes up. Yeah, yeah. Because again, Clayton Kershaw retired. That's his childhood best friend. They grew up playing baseball together,
Oh, that's
right?
right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But then they
Yeah, okay, I
separated
remember
going
now.
into
I
the
remember now.
pros. Kershaw went to the majors. He went to the NFL.
Yeah.
And Kershaw retired. Obviously, the Dodgers, we know what they're doing. Big things over there, signing everybody under the sun. Any living, breathing soul who hits over 300, they're going to sign them. But yeah, they win the World Series this year. He retires. He goes out on top. Uh, it's not even an argument. He is one of the greatest pitchers of all time that this game has ever seen. Hands down, no mistake about it. His 12-6 curveball was unreal. It was one of the most hardest balls for players to hit. And he's gonna go down as and a lefty at that. One of the greatest, if not the greatest, left-handed pitcher, especially in our generation of what we see now. So Stafford, obviously, given what he's going through, he's got he's got the opportunity to kind of go out on top too. And how cool would that be for best friends, childhood best friends to go down um, at the very top of their leagues, respectively, right? One being baseball, one being the
Same
NFL,
city too and everything.
same city as champions, like walking out together, man. Like I could totally see it happening.
That would be legit.
Yeah.
That would be legit, man. But because Adam said too, if whenever nine's done, he's done. So if he's gone, is gone.
Now,
So that'll be
if they lose,
interesting.
if they lose, I could see Stafford coming back. Totally see him playing out his contract.
Yeah,
Personally.
yeah.
So for it's ready. So
Man, I just don't. Oh man, I just can't wait till Sunday, dude.
But I told you, the winner,
No.
the Super Bowl champion is
Wait.
coming from the NFC side. It is coming from the NFC side. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's Sam Darnold
Yes.
and the Seahawks
Yes.
or if it's Stafford and the Rams. Okay. One of those teams is obviously going to the Super Bowl. Okay. One of those teams, no matter who they face, whether it's the Broncos or the Patriots, they're going to win. Hands down, they would be the immediate favorites no matter what, in my opinion. Especially if it's Stafford, he's gonna be the immediate favorite. But it's a lock for the NFC. The NFC's taking home the crown.
Yeah, yeah. It's just too overwhelming. I think because I think on both sides of the ball, they're fairly well. Now, obviously, the Seahawks, I think, yeah, they're for sure. They're in
Ooh,
for the
brother.
NFL.
Right here, brother. You're breaking up good. You're breaking up good. Still can't hear you, my man. Hey, there he is.
Yes, sir.
All right.
No, but two dominant teams going at it for the NFC Championship. Just oh man, I can't wait for Sunday. It's gonna be great games.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I mean, we talked about it, the point differential and the yard differential over the last two seasons, like neck and neck. They're even on record last two seasons between each other. Gonna be interesting. I don't know, Chad. Who do y'all got with AFC Championship and NFC Championship? Who y'all got
Well,
rocking?
I think Seth talked about it earlier. But I'm not 100% sure.
No, he didn't.
Is Destiny back on? Because that girl sent like 5 roses. So, girl, thank you. We got some roses. We got some roses. Damn. She just said 8,
Dang.
11, 12, 14. Damn. Shout out, big. Shout out, big.
Dude, there's this guy I watch on TikTok. He eats like or he reviews food. It's like a Oriental guy,
Uh-huh.
and like his reaction when it's like good, like has it in his mouth. But like the damn is like a COD hit marker the way it sounds.
Uh-huh.
It's funny, dude.
Seth says that the Broncos defense is elite and Sean Payton is a gambler. And I couldn't agree with you more, man. And that's why I said it's a toss up between those guys because don't be shocked if the Broncos wind up upsetting the Patriots, dude. That's what I'm saying. Leave it to Sean Payton as like one of those guys that will figure out a way. He's a mastermind behind that stuff, man.
Probably put a hit out on Drake May or something.
Yeah, definitely. Pull a Drew Brees 2009 situation. You remember that, right? There's allegations that he was instructing players, like paying players to take other players out.
Take their knee out.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
quarterback's out, so your quarterback's gonna be out, bro. We're gonna do this back up to backup, dog. How ironic though would it be? And I'm not trying to jinx nobody, so Dr. Cucho and whoever may or may not be some Patriots fans, I'm definitely not trying to jinx you guys. But man, how crazy would it be if like Drake May first quarter goes down somehow? Like not like with like a lower body injury, but like because he's fumbled the ball.
Concussion or something?
What is it? No. Like he's fumbled the ball like 4 or 6 times already so far, just within these 2 games.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of those fumbles have come from his throwing arm. So what if, right, he builds up enough torque, somebody comes from the behind and hits his arm and tears like a ligament, kind of like similar to Brock Purdy. Remember Brock Purdy with his injury?
Yeah, and the NFC Championship. Yeah.
My headphones died. I need to charge these things. Dude, that's like my first time charging those headphones in like 3 months.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You use them every time too.
Every time.
I hear my echo from you.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's no good. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I'll just lower my sound down.
Dr. So my brother's name is Ethan, but he said, I hope so. Bring back real football, talking about the whole Sean Payton thing. Then Dr. Cucho, there's no way in hell the Patriots lose to Stiddy.
I mean, this is also the guy that has Tom Brady plastered all over his YouTube photo.
Profile pic.
So I understand why he's saying those things like that, because if I'm a Patriots fan, right, I'm thinking the same thing. There's no way in hell we should lose this game. But I think even Stephen A. this morning, when they were talking on First Take, or maybe it was yesterday, he's like, dude, if I'm the Patriots and I lose to the Broncos, like I'm going into hiding for the whole entire offseason. Like I ain't talking to reporters. I ain't doing no post-game press conference. I am disappearing. There will be an APB out for me because you won't find me, because I ain't gonna talk to nobody about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think that's what makes it harder though, because there's obviously no film from him from the regular season with this offense.
Yes.
So it's either, like I think I said, it's gonna be a really good game, a really bad game.
Oh, Seth said, I bet my bank account on the Broncos. That's why I'm riding high. Dude, I wonder what the odds are. Seriously. Like, I wonder what the odds are right now, betting odds. I bet you the odds are crazy for the Broncos right now.
Well, the winning probability, they have it at 67 Patriots, 33 Broncos.
I thought it was I thought Vegas odds was like 59% Patriots.
Oh, I mean, I checked Google the win probability.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the same thing.
I think Vegas has a 59% chance of winning. Which I'm like, okay, so why not more? You scared?
You scared?
You scared? Vegas knows something though, dog. I'm telling you. That's why I said, brother.
Yeah. Ugh.
Hey, Dr. Kucha said no need for film, bro. He's buns.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's my thing. So Sean did pick Stiddy over Wilson, not the other way around. Right? Because you put Sean chose Dangerous Wilson over Stiddy, but it is opposite, in fact, because so Jarrett Stidham was the first signing when Sean Payton came into the organization. That was the first person he signed. Hey, Dr. Cucho wants to know. Seth wants to wager this app. He wants to wager it out. Seth's app has them at plus 195. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good little wager right there. It's definitely, dude. I was so looking forward to going to Detroit, because then as soon as we got out of state lines, I could have jumped on my
Oh
DraftKings
yeah.
app and start making all my bets. I could have done my preseason picks for the World Series and dude, everything, bro. Like I was so looking forward to this moment, and I mean, we'll still be able to get it eventually, but
Yeah.
I wanted to throw one in for the Super Bowl, but that didn't work out, obviously. So
Yeah, so chat, we're still going chat, but that's gonna be for our off-brand stuff.
yeah, Super Bowl will be long gone by then.
But
We might be talking about the Salem witch trials and all that stuff by then.
dude, I mean, but I'm actually excited for all that stuff because I mean, definitely like we pick something and dig research on it, so that we can see what we come up with,
Yeah, there'd be a lot of different stuff that we can kind of go over. But I'm really looking forward to it, Pimp, because there's some interesting things happening out in this world. Your boy Elon's doing some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to
Get a
do some of
Tesla,
them things.
get a Tesla, Starlink.
Yeah, he's trying to be like the first person to, you know, go poo on the moon, if you know what I'm saying.
Put his mansion over there.
Mm-hmm.
He's my brother Ethan said that he would bet if he hadn't already bet with Vegas. As a Patriots hater, I always pick against them.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that me and Seth have in common. Is I'm definitely a Patriots hater, no matter what.
I mean, it definitely makes a lot of sense for you because of the same division, but
Yeah, they play in the same division as my team, so it's like I'll always be a hater no matter what. You know what I mean? Even though my team's absolute trash, but it doesn't really matter. That's neither here nor there. I pride myself on not being one of those delusional fans like some other teams out there. You know what I mean? So
we don't talk about our team like that.
yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk
Well,
about
I know that we don't. I don't think, to be honest with you, man, like I don't think any Dolphins fans kind of feel that way. You know what I mean? It's like we all know that we suck. We're just extremely mad that we've sucked for this long. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And no matter what, it's like you could sit here and tell us that we have a Super Bowl caliber team, and we're going to tell you, well, we don't believe it until we see it.
Yeah.
You know, people would be hesitant to even buy Super Bowl tickets, even if we were to go to the Super Bowl, because we wouldn't believe it was real. That's how bad it is over there. You know what I mean? And that's how bad it's been. I mean, my whole lifetime, brother, we haven't won anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's tough, man. But that's not the case for them Cowboys fans, though, because they just picked up their new defensive coordinator. So, from the Eagles. Damn.
Division rival.
That's crazy. Boy, Jerry knows how to pick them, dude, doesn't he?
Well, he's the
He
one
knows
that
how to
coached
pick them
up.
and trade them away to the rivals.
Yeah. Well, the Cowboys' new DC. He's the one that coached up Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. So,
The exciting whites, huh?
well, Quinyon Mitchell's not part
I
of that,
know,
but
I know. But I'm talking about my
part of
boy.
part of the exciting
I'm
whites.
talking about my boy, dog. That you know what I'm saying? You better put some
Speak,
respect on my boy's name.
speaking of, I got his jersey. I was like, I gotta get
Did
his
you
jersey.
really?
hmm It's like
That's
I gotta
awesome,
get
dude.
my jersey. Yeah,
I
he's
would totally
definitely
get him or Blankenship. I don't care. I would totally get one of their jerseys.
well, and it sucks because Blankenship goes in free agency this year. So,
Oh, does he really?
hmm
You think they're gonna let him walk?
yeah,
I think so.
I hope not, but I think so.
Yeah.
They are. 'Cause, I mean, they got to make room for these up and coming guys. Jalen Carter, of course, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Jordan Davis. You got to start getting ready to pay these people. Not to
Yeah, you
mention
do.
on the offensive side of the ball, they're on 3-year contracts. This will coming up on their third year. Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown. Oh, he signed a contract extension a while ago, but of
I
course,
was gonna
there's
say,
talks
didn't
about trading him.
Saquon sign an extension on
Yes,
top of his
Saquon did.
3 years?
Yeah. He did sign an extension. That's my bad. Um, think Smith is on a 3-year as well. But yeah, I mean, you're coming up to pay a lot of these guys, so I think they're gonna let him walk and try to get someone else. So I mean, it's gonna be hard trying to keep up with the defense like how it's been to replace someone like that. Even N'Kobe Dean going on free agency, the linebacker,
Uh-huh.
be insane if the Cowboys pick him up too.
Watch them
That'd be
pick up
great.
Blankenship when he walks in free
And Nick-
agency.
and Blankenship. Hey,
Damn. Yep. That's gonna be it.
man, Cowboys will forever be a joke. My brother said.
I
Couldn't
believe it.
agree more. Couldn't
I
agree
believe it.
more.
Hands down. I mean, it's unfortunate to have to say it, but and it's not that you wish it upon him, but until Jerry's gone, then that's when things will start to, that's when things will start to kind of shift. I
I think
believe.
I think he needs to find the fountain of youth and stay.
Well, as an Eagles fan that you are, yeah, you definitely hope and wish that he finds the fountain of youth. But unfortunately, it's like I just don't see anything changing up until
Yeah,
that time comes. And I mean that
no,
we're not
realistically,
wishing that upon nobody. Obviously, that's not what we're saying, but um, that's just how it is, man. He can't get
yeah,
out of his
it's
own way, and that's the biggest issue. There's no bigger headline than him, and that's the way he sees it. And as long as he's the headline, you're making them money.
yep.
And ultimately that's what it's all about to him. It's about stealing headlines and whether it's good or bad.
Well, I mean, it's crazy to think, right? They're like we said, they'll forever be a joke, and we all agreed. But they're the most valuable franchise in sports. So it's like, even though they're a joke, they're still
Well, marketing wise, I mean, we all agree that Jerry Jones is a marketing genius, and that's why I said, like, he it's the headlines for him. That's how he always sees it. The more headlines he can steal, the more that he's in front of everyone's face, the better off they are. Never mind the fact that they were like the first nationally televised team. And so that's why they kind of got dubbed America's team and whatnot, right? That's always going to be with them no matter what. But the reality is that with this new trend of generation of people that have come through, right? People like us, people that are a little bit younger and whatnot, it's everyone doesn't view it that way no more, right? Everyone kind of views it the exact opposite now. It's like, what have you done lately? And the reality is that one could argue that the Patriots are America's team. or somebody else, maybe even the Kansas City Chiefs for that matter, right? Because it's in today's world, it's what have you done for me lately? And the
Dude,
Cowboys haven't
dude,
done
don't
anything
say
at
that,
all.
dude. Don't say that. Reminds you of the Eddie Murphy stand-up. I don't know if it's Delirious or Raw. I don't know if you've seen it.
I don't know.
No? Oh, well, that reminds you of that. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right. But if you watch that part, the context that he's talking about, you'll be laughing.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just I say that because that's how I think that how a lot of people kind of think these days, right? Is that if you haven't won lately, then you can't be dubbed that, right? And in order to have that title, you got to be consistently like in the mix, going in these deep playoff runs, or at least even if you're making Super Bowl appearances, that'd be fine. But the,
Yeah.
the fact that they haven't won anything and haven't gone back to the Super Bowl since the 90s, and they've only won, or they've only gotten out of the first round, they've never been in the NFC Championship game for so many years. It's like, okay, cool. So now you've kind of lost that mojo there, and so now people want to see you kind of rise back up. Now if you're a Cowboys fan, it's like, okay, every year you've risen. Every year you're going. Every year
Yeah.
you're the favorites, like in their eyes.
I can't
You
remember
know,
what that is.
go lay that bet on Vegas. I bet you won't. You know what I mean? Go lay that bet on
Yeah.
Vegas because I bet you won't. If you truly believe on that team.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, but again, until he gets out of the way. Now, Seth says that even with his son running it, it's going to be the same thing, and I don't see it as it being the same thing. I don't think his son craves for that media attention as bad as what Jerry does. I think Jerry kind of has that some sort of addiction to it. Some people are just kind of addicted to the camera. He likes to be the center of attention. I mean, hell, this dude pays for a radio station to interview him every single freaking week. And he owns the radio station and tells them, "Hey, I'm going to pay you to interview me and talk to me about the Cowboys and whatnot and the decisions that I make." And I remember there was a time, I can't remember if it was the Micah Parsons trade or if it was the whole when the previous year, whenever he signed Dak and CD, literally like the first day of the season or whatever. How when the season started and he paid him like the
Oh,
next day or the same day or whatever.
Yeah, right before the game.
Yeah, like right before the game. And so they were interviewing him and they were like, why'd you wait so long? I mean, they were asking him some tough questions and he got mad. And he was like, and he basically like strong armed him and was like, remember who writes your check or something of that, something along those lines. Basically telling them like, hey, like, don't forget, I own you. So you're sitting here grilling me, giving me these tough questions. That's not what I pay you for, type of thing. So if you're going to
Dang.
do that, I can easily have you removed. And it's like, come on, dog. Don't be like that, Jerry. Because those are questions that people are asking. Those are the questions that people want to know. So don't be afraid to answer them, especially not on
Right.
your own freaking radio station. Come on, dude.
Yep.
So,
That sounds like Jerry Jones.
oh yeah, that's Jerry in a nutshell, baby.
But
But anyways, man, let's wrap it up. Let's close things out, man. Guys, we appreciate y'all. Seth, Dr. Cucho, Jackie, Destiny, Faith. I don't even know. I don't think Faith got on. What was your other sister's name?
Julissa, I'm sure she didn't get on.
No, she didn't. What was the other one? It was Destiny and who else?
It was just Destiny.
It was just Destiny. I swear there was another one. Anyways, well, to everyone, thank you all. Destiny for sending all the roses. That was awesome. That was cool. We'll be back on Monday to give you guys the reactions.
Dude,
That is, of course, if we got power.
Oh, yeah, true.
If
That
we
is
got
true.
power,
Yeah.
we'll be back
I'm
on Monday.
I'm sure everyone knows what's going on with the weather and whatnot. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
if
And
we
so
got
if
power.
you are low, whether you're local or not, whether you're local or up north or whatever, man, be safe, be warm. Okay. Make sure you close off all your pipes, wrap them all up, seal everything down. Make sure you leak your faucets open a little bit so that way your pipes don't bust. All right. Those are just those are typical cold weather rule of thumb things to do, folks. Okay. Well, and
Charge
everyone
your
be safe
phone.
out there. What's
Charge your
that?
phone so that way, to say, charge your phone just in case the power goes out. You have a way to watch the games.
Absolutely, bro. Power banks, baby. Get yourself a power bank. And if you do have a
Yep.
power bank, make sure you charge that thing too.
Make sure that's charged.
Charge that first before you charge the phone.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Otherwise, you just hook
Flashlight
up the
cabinets,
trucks,
everyone.
baby. We'll be
Oh yeah, we
plugging
got
everything
that.
into the back of the truck. You know what I'm saying? We'll have
Heck
ourselves a
yeah.
little cookout, baby. But anyways, man, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate everything. We appreciate all the likes, the follows, the comments, the subscriptions, everything. Catch us on Mondays and Fridays. We go live right around 9:30. For sure, YouTube, for sure, Twitch TV, live on Riverside. Every now and again, we come live on TikTok. We'll try to make that more often. I think I finally figured out how to get you on there without you freezing. So if that's the case, we'll just keep going live on TikTok as well and kind of keep doing this over and over again, man. So thank you guys. You guys have a good night. Be safe out there. Be warm, and you'll have a great day. Peace.
Peace. Thank y'all.